Yeah, it's clobbering time.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
Hey yo, from the halls of justice to the temple of doom, the space wizards return in earnest sonic the boom, pulling swords from stones, throwing rings into volcanoes, water full of witches, I'm inevitably Thanos. Voltron made alliance, Wakanda with a panther, Walker Mars, Darker Manhattan, Spocket for an answer. Live long and prosper, the force will be with you always. No work in all plays, always. Come and play with us, we all float down here. Say your name 3 times and we hopefully appear. Team full of psychics, super soldiers and weirdos. Some people call us sidekicks because we hardly heroes.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek related. I'm your host, Buddy.
I'm checking in on second mic. This is your boy, Daniel Scalardo.
And this is Cheese Whiz on 6 mic.
Welcome to the show, episode 240. The date actually is December 10th, 2020. Who's all excited for Christmas? I know I am.
Well, I mean, if you guys can't tell by our audio, we are back in quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're not in the studio anymore. We're back at our own homes on our individual laptops. Now, I'll tell you why I'm not excited for Christmas is because I will be quarantining fully for Christmas. Quarantining. I will not be spending any quality time with my family in person. Maybe a Zoom call. You know, we can have a little Christmas eggnog together, but I'll be at home with Logan and the kids.
No
right.
nog? Can I have some nog?
Hey, a lot less Christmas shopping that you need to do, right?
It's very true.
Girls, you doing anything with the fam, or you Q-tining as well?
No, I'm hunkering down because it would just be me and Mammy.
Yeah.
You know, because sisters quarantining and other sisters going on a trip. So it'd be me and Mammy. So we're just kind of hunkering down. But I'm still trying to get in the Christmas spirit. I got my Christmas tree up. Got the decorations all up.
Right.
Got a present under the tree.
I think that's good, brother. I think that's good
present
to kind of
myself for me.
Yeah, I think that's good. I need to get some lights up or something. I need to dress my life up with some kind of Christmas cheer.
Yeah.
You guys gotta spruce it up a bit.
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing loud for all to hear.
For all to hear. I have already watched Elf twice.
Nice. What about you, Jill?
Have you watched Elf?
No, you ready for Christmas?
Oh yeah, dude. The day after Thanksgiving, bro, everything was out. I had all the storage bins out. Lights were up.
Like, oh my God.
I've been Christmasized.
So, do you love Christmas or is it your wife?
I like it. I do like it. It's my second favorite holiday next to Halloween.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just love the
Christmas
we did it pretty
lights.
Big. Mm-hmm. I just need some twinkles.
Nothing's better than Thanksgiving.
All right. So if you're new to the show,
go to hardlyheroes.com. You can find all of our bios, find out everything about us, people we talk about, sayings we say, all of Cheese's wannabe nicknames, all the good stuff, and all our social medias are on there as well.
Perfect. Let's see what we got on the docket today, you guys. Now, look at it.
We have an action-packed show.
We actually do, because not only of course, we're going to talk about Mando, because we have to. Yeah. We also have the Sha-Ting Show, where we're going to talk about Hangar 1. We got Casting Couch, where we're going to be recasting a popular movie. We got Does It Rock? We also got Dilly's Gaming Corner and some Sidekick Mayo. So we got jam-packed today.
Mm-hmm.
So
should be a goodie.
It should be a goodie. So just a word from our sponsors, Sector 7 Salon. Now, we are currently, as of midnight tonight, shut down for this third California stay-at-home order. But I just want to let you guys know that not only we're still looking for stylists, because we're going to have to reopen at some point, and when we reopen, we are going to be like the place to be, because we have an insane COVID safety measures in place. We have UVC lights. We have a big, huge open space with great ventilation. But also during this shutdown, you guys, our retail shop is still open. So we're still selling hair product. We're still selling Hildy June art. We're still selling the Marvel Series 1 cards. we've got all types of stuff that we got all our vintage Playboys. So we're still selling stuff. So if you guys need things for Christmas presents, you can hit us up on any of Hardly Heroes socials, any of Sector 7 socials, or any of our personal ones. So hit us up. Help out some small businesses.
There's actually a few gifts that I need to come down and procure that are in the gift shop. Yeah.
You're going to get some vintage Playboys?
We'll be communicating about that.
Let's communicate. Let's get you set up.
Mm-hmm. Some really good stuff in there.
Yeah, thanks, Dill.
Well, before we get into the show, can I talk about something that I'm very excited about that came in the mail today?
Let's do it.
I'm super excited. My passport came in today.
Mm-hmm.
So watch out, Norway. As soon as COVID is over, I'm coming out. Let's go. So,
dude, if you go to Norway without me, I'm going to be super pissed.
That's on you. The second COVID is over, I want to plan my trip to go see my boys in Norway so I can break some ankles and then I can party with my boy Sonny. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think you guys so badly. Oh God, I want so badly for you guys have to play soccer and just annihilate you.
It's so funny is I want to go before any of you guys go so I can just be even better friends with them and they won't like you guys as much as they like me.
Right. And for you first time listeners, Sonny and Johnny are our P1 number one Norway listeners. They write in all the time. They are our bestie friends, even though we've never met them.
It's true. So I'm super excited that came in and can't wait to plan a trip to go.
I did want to say, brother, that your beard does look pretty good in the photo, in your passport photo. I kind of miss it.
It's very deceiving because it looks a lot in the picture. It looks a lot fuller than it was in reality. It's very Peja Stojakovic like.
It was very full.
No, you know what I think it is, Dilly? It's kind of like, and sometimes in photos and stuff, you get that like shadowing.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of shadow falling on his lower face.
What I think he might have done was maybe filled it in a little bit before the photo.
Yes,
like
with mascara.
45 or something. Yeah. He did something because
I think you guys
it looks like a real beard in the picture.
Jelly. Because
my beard seen in person, it's very patchy.
I think you guys are just jelly, and I think you guys forgot how good my beard looked.
I don't know if I forgot. It looks good in the picture is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it looked good in real life. I'm saying it looked good in that picture.
It's
and that
chronicled.
So
now
exactly. Like
it shows that I have a nice beard.
You can travel the world and be like, that's what my beard looks like. You never have to grow it again. And people just assume that you can grow one.
That's true.
It's a very international looking beard in the photo.
Very European.
Yes.
Very nice.
You will.
If you shall.
Okay, so let's just get Mando out of the way before we get into
I didn't know if we were going to bring this
show
up.
Because I'm stressed, bro.
You're stressed. I cried.
I finished that episode and I looked around like nobody was here. I looked around just for somebody to be like, explain to me what the hell was happening.
What I did like about this episode is we kind of knew where this was headed. He needed to go and take Grogu like to the pyramid, right? Mm-hmm. But you kind of thought it would, at least I thought it was going to happen like later, maybe in the end of the episode or at the end of the season. But right off the bat, he just rolls up and they're there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I do like that. Yeah. And they did that with the Sokatono, right? Like you didn't know if you were going to see her, and then there she is, like the next episode, right in the beginning. Right. So that was cool. I do like how they just kind of give it to you right up front.
I cried this episode.
Did you cry at the end?
Yeah, no, I cried when they blew up his ship.
Oh my god, that was sad.
Razor Crest, I loved that ship, and when they blew it up, I was like, no way. Like, it was just so devastating because was it the most like beautiful ship? No, but you just grew to kind of love that ship, especially you see how many times it had been fixed and it really wasn't like this crazy beautiful ship. It was just a really cool ship and I really liked it. When they blew it up, I was like legit upset about it. Like I couldn't believe how much it meant to me in such a fast amount of time.
Right. I think you're totally right too, because you really do kind of like, he goes through a lot of situations where it gets hella messed up, but he takes the time and the money and everything to get it all fixed up.
Yeah, and
then for it to just be like complete, I mean, it's not even like it was just blew up. I mean, it just like didn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, because you remember in the first season when the Jawas get it, like it's bad. You're like, oh, dude, this ship's like tore up. But then you're like, okay, fixes it, and then it's just constantly getting beat up and fixed, which is cool. It kind of reminds you of the Falcon, like he's constantly working on it, and it's kind of this older ship. But when it like disintegrated, I legit was like really upset because I'm like, you don't come back from that. It's over.
And everything in it is gone.
Except the shift knob.
Well, and thank God that he got the armor out, Boba Fett.
Right.
Now, how did that make you guys feel seeing Slave One, seeing Fett back in his armor?
That was dope.
I thought it was great, dude. And before he even put on the armor, like he was kicking ass. His whole little with the staff and everything. And then when he got that armor, dude, he was just, I mean, the stormtroopers were like legit running away from him. They were just like, no.
He had his business. Like,
what you know about shout out to Dad Bod? He had a Dad Bod, dude.
No, for sure. But like when he shot something out of his like kneecap or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like a knee rocket or something.
A knee rocket, dude.
That was sick.
I thought he was dope. I thought he was super, super cool. And then his partner, what's her name?
Oh, she's from the first season. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, she was cool. And that whole thing was just pretty dope. But
it was just cool seeing stormtroopers getting not just blasted, straight just like beat the hell up.
You know what? You're really right, because they don't typically show like the helmets cracking and the shatter. I mean, they just kind of show them like fall to the ground.
Yeah,
like they were getting messed up.
Yeah, like straight up like head trauma. Like,
yeah, like that one guy when his like leg was all askew.
Askew. Yeah, it was a very jam-packed episode in a very small area. Like they didn't really go far.
And I feel like it's over in a second.
Yeah, and those troopers,
like the stealth troopers,
yeah,
whatever they call them.
And they just came down and it was just over. They just took them.
I felt like they could have been a little bit less like robotic, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're all like moving in on them at the same time.
A little more fluid.
Yeah.
And they're robots, though. They're not stormtroopers.
Well, I don't really know. That was the first time we've ever seen anything like that.
Oh, okay. And then when little guy Grogu was like messing with the stormtroopers on the ship.
Dude, that was dope.
And did they have the tiniest little handcuffs? Did you see how small they were? Oh my god, he's so cute.
It's messed up. They got him hemmed up.
I can't believe they have him. You guys, how is he gonna get him back?
I love where
I
he's
think
like,
they might make him evil.
No.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I like where he's like, you ever seen one of these and the black saber came out? You're like, oh my god, yes.
He's all trying to grab it, and he's like, no.
Honestly,
no.
Did you guys see all the memes going around right now?
What?
Where it was like, I never saw Baby Yoda in the back. You know where in episode 3 where Anakin goes to kill all the younglings?
Yeah.
Well, they show like somebody photoshopped a picture of Baby Yoda and he's like hiding behind Yoda's chair. And then it's like years passed, and then it sends a text message to Anakin and it's a picture of Baby Yoda. He's like, I'm alive. He's like, come get me.
Well, so the thing is that I feel like this episode, like nothing really happened except for like, you know, the like this huge thing where it's like he gets taken or whatever, but really it's just like a really cool scene, like a really cool like fight scene or whatever. But you're kind of right, like they didn't really go anywhere. It was like just a small, because typically he's kind of like traveling around and he's going places, but I felt like I was just really in the scene. And then when the episode was over, I was like, how can it already be over? Like it didn't feel like enough happened.
Well, because what you're used to is it's so much like they usually break it up.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he goes here and then, you know, they break it up and then he goes somewhere else and he kind of jumps around, where this, it was all shot in one area.
Yeah.
So you kind of it kind of went by very fast.
But I'm super stoked, like how Boba Fett and his partner lady are basically like, we're in your debt until we like, you know.
Do you think he gives them Slave One, the ship?
I don't know. What do you think?
I have a feeling he will, just for.
So then that
just because everybody loves that ship and everybody would love to see it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's just my prediction.
Well, I think it was a great episode. I can't wait to watch the next one. Yeah, I'm kind of just hanging on every episode. This is why I like to binge, because I can't stand waiting a week.
Yes,
Right. So, like, I think we were expecting a Jedi to come, right? Wasn't that what was supposed to happen? They're supposed to
Right.
put, or if there's any Jedis out there, but instead we got Boba Fett, and then we got Moff Gideon and his crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we think that there's going to be
still
some
more
Jedi showing up still? Because I know, Buddy, you had some theories, right?
I still think it's going to be Ezra will show up.
Okay.
I think he'll show up before the end of the season. I'm kind of thinking he might show up this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because since he did sit on the rock and kind of like was channeling that he might show up to help them get Baby Yoda back.
Yeah.
Or Grogu.
Mm-hmm.
You know what would be better than Ezra?
What?
Oh.
I'm just kidding. That's the name of a band.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I did get it now. Better Than Ezra. That is a band. That's so funny. You're so funny, Dylan.
Oh my God.
You're hilarious. Okay, well let's move on. I think we all love Mando. We all love it. It's just so good. You know?
Wait, you love it now? Because I thought before it was just.
If you guys say this one more time,
overrated.
It was just like a decent show.
If you guys say this one more time, I'm going to pull up every episode that I've ever said every single time I say I love the show. But of course I have gripes. Nothing's perfect. This isn't a perfect show.
Billy,
would you say it was phenomenal?
This was a good episode though.
Hey, I bet you she won't tell us every episode she said it. She's gonna lie and say, "Oh, I forgot to do it." So
no, I could do it, but
nah.
But yeah, exactly, Dilly. It's not a phenomenal show, but it's a great show. But we actually did get Brother James did write in and told us that Buddy says the word phenomenal too much, and that we need to start counting how many times he says phenoms.
There needs to be like a phenom jar where he has to put $1 in.
Like the douchebag jar?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like
then are we going to have one for cheese when every time says, real quick?
No, because that's
not funny. I know it's not.
No, it's.
Is there something I say repeatedly that you guys could maybe signal out?
Jada?
No, I'll have to think about it because I do think there's something that you say.
It's got to be something.
Okay, well, let's get into the Sha-Ting Show now. We all watched the first episode of the show on Netflix called The Hanger One.
Yeah.
Now, this show is basically, it's about UFOs, but it's about this actual organization called
MUFON, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called
the Mutual UFO Network.
Yes, Mutual UFO Network. And they basically have for decades, right, collected all sorts of files and interviews and everything that firsthand accounts of UFO sightings. And they have tons of information, and they're basically making a show about all this information that they have.
They are an organization that operates independently of any government.
That's true. So, so this first episode was about presidential. How did they put it, Dilly?
It's
it's
more like presidential's clearance on UFO sightings.
It just kind of follows the different presidents and what they knew or how much they are involved with the UFO phenomenons or whatnot.
Right. So they have all these files about different presidents that had either firsthand accounts of actually seeing UFOs, or they have information about UFOs. This is the problem with me, you guys. And I know this is always my whole life is contradictions, but I 100% believe in aliens. 100%. There's no way we're the only living beings in the universe. I mean, that's insanity to think. But this is my problem with a lot of the accounts and stuff that come out about aliens and UFOs and stuff is like the aliens, they're not going to look like they might not even look like, like life to us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they have 2 arms, two legs, and a head. Like, I mean, they could just be anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an infinite universe. So the fact that we think that they are going to kind of look like us, but just a little weird, is the reason I don't believe in it a lot of times. Because I think in an infinite universe, what life looks like on other planets is going to look a lot different to what it looks like on us. I mean, on our planet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but a lot of people have stories or recollections about, the grays, right? Little people, big heads, like large eyes. So that's kind of what we know as like an alien. Right. But yeah, I get your point. Like it could be anything.
It could just be like a blob, that has no arms and no feet. No, that's the thing, is they have arms and feet and hands, and it's like a torso and a neck. I mean, that's just the way we're built. Yeah. So anyway, and then also like the flying saucer, like why is it always that shape? Like unless this is what
it always is that shape.
It's always this. Well, it's not always, but a lot of times, right? But this is what okay, if all of this stuff is true, this is what I think. There is one planet out there that's like close enough to reach us, and they're always the same. They're always from the same place. All of these sightings of these types of aliens, the flying saucers, why they always look the same, why people always see a flying saucer, is because they're all coming from the same planet.
So you think we're just dealing with one specific type of like,
yeah, that's what I think,
extraterrestrial, right, or a different planet?
Because why would over the years and the decades people continue to just see flying saucers all the time?
I don't know.
Why are they always, if they are coming from different planets, why would they look the same? Like, why is everyone in the universe using that shape?
I don't think it's like that. I mean, I've seen a lot of different reports about different types of, there's spheres, there's teardrop, there's stuff that looks like a chess piece. I mean, there's your traditional flying saucer, but there's been, I think when people think about aliens, they think about, the default, flying saucer. But if you really get into it, there's a lot of different things that have been reported. A lot of different things that you've seen on video or whatnot, different shapes. So
I think there's a lot of like light, like a lot of people see a lot of different like types of light, like moving, like stuff like that.
As you guys get further into it, there's a few different episodes where they do talk about different types of flying, aircraft or whatever. There's underground bases, there's cover-ups. It's a pretty good series. I'm about 4 or 5 episodes in on it.
Brother, what do you think? Do you believe in aliens?
There's got to be something out there. I mean, the universe is just too big for it not to be.
But do you think of it as this traditional kind of alien that they like, the one where they said that dude, not Jimmy Carter, but Truman?
Was it Eisenhower?
Eisenhower, like
he was the first. Yeah.
Like he literally like made a deal with actual aliens, like met them. Like I can't.
They said he had like a, he was supposed to be somewhere and then he like disappeared, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, they basically said he had like a meeting with these extraterrestrials.
Right. But that's the thing in this show, the like reenactment, they literally have him like shaking an alien's hand. Like that's not.
He's all giving him dap, like, all right, pound it.
Right. So, buddy, what do you think? Like,
it's just, it's so like, it's almost depressing, as I feel like that they would hide this stuff from us because they just feel that we can't handle it. And it's kind of annoying and it's kind of upsetting to watch, I feel, because it's just, I feel it's with everything is they just hold everything back and they're just like, oh, well, we can't handle it. It's like, no, it's just worse that you try to hide everything from us and cover everything up. It just makes it worse. And I think that's why a lot of those shows I don't like watching, because it upsets me that they just think that, you know, we can't handle it. Because I always think that maybe if they did tell us more, that maybe people would be more open-minded and stop, you know, kind of having the problems we do have now, because they just think that it's just us. Maybe if, you know, they were able to open it up, that maybe we could come together more as a planet and kind of look past our own problems and maybe kind of build towards the future.
That's a great point, brother, where it's like, because I think a lot of times when we watch these like superhero movies, you know, a lot of times when it is something of another planet or another world, it's always kind of like, okay, Earth, right? Like Earth is like one entity, you know, and it's always like Earth against that or whatever, or they're protecting Earth or whatever. It's never like countries or states or anything like that. And I think you're kind of right. Like, one, I feel like nobody's going to freak out because I think most people believe in aliens. I feel like that. And I don't think that there's going to be this like mass hysteria. Like, I don't know why they think we can't handle it. I think everyone's going to be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Let's do it, you know? And I think that's a good point, brother.
It's just, I don't know, that the whole time I was watching it, that's just kind of how I felt, especially like if this is all true, how long they've known for it.
Right.
And
all the stuff we could have been
able, to hide it, and all the effort that they've kept of hiding it. And especially with the internet, it's a lot harder, and how easy it is able to record stuff now. It's a lot harder to hide it.
Well, and then it's also kind of like they're gaslighting all these people that have like sightings, where it's like, oh, you know, like if they would just, you know, acknowledge it and be like, yeah, that's an alien or whatever, that is what you saw, you know, and just take it serious, I think it would be like really different, you know. But it is kind of like, I always sometimes think, because I've never seen anything, and I always think it's like certain types of people, you know, like I play both sides, because like I said, I definitely believe that there's a life out there. I just don't know if aliens as we think of them in this documentary is what it is. But I always think there's like sometimes certain types of people that see them, you know, or like they see something and then they like make, you know, I always think that there's an explanation, you know.
No, definitely. I don't know. That's how I kind of felt about it, just watching it.
Yeah.
I just think it was funny hearing that they thought Obama was going to finally be the one to
right.
To
like break the lid off it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there has been a few presidents, you know, if you watch that first episode, that they really think they are going to like uncover it or something. But you start to see as they go through the different presidents, like some were in the know and like some weren't. Like, for example, Bill Clinton, they're like, bro, you don't even know, because he was trying to like uncover the files and get them to like release the files, but they're like, nah, nothing exists, Bill. Because there's nothing there.
That is true, because they show actual like footage of some of these Clinton or some of these presidents actually talking about that. Yeah. Like they're literally saying like, you know, whatever, like they're talking about UFOs and they're talking about aliens, and you're right. And then none of them follow through with it. They get in there and they're like,
which is funny, because you think if anybody would have whistleblown, you know, it would have been Trump. He would have been like, whatever, like here it is. But
no, Trump doesn't have access, bro. Come on.
That's my thing.
He would tweet about it.
That's why I think they were like, no access for you.
Be tweeting pictures.
He'd be hella tweeting like him partying with the aliens and shit. There's no way they gave him access.
Trump knows.
He's too much on social media.
He knows the deep secrets.
No, he doesn't know the aliens. There's no way Trump knew about the aliens that he wouldn't tweet about it.
If anybody knows, it's Bush Sr.
Oh
yeah.
Because I mean, he was like the head of the CIA, right?
I think he probably has his own alien, like.
Well, they talked about how, I forget, was it Carter was trying to get it all released. Meanwhile, Bush was actually the head of the CIA, and he was like, nah, bro. Yeah. Like he shut it down. Yeah, and then later on, you know, obviously he became president and his son. So if anybody knows,
it's the Bush family.
It's the Bush family. You're totally right. I think they definitely have a bunker underneath their estate with aliens in it, like
There's
dead ones.
Coming back to what you had talked about on one of your sprinkle me's, some conspiracy, they talk about in this, I think it's like season or episode 3 or 4, they talk about under the Denver airport. Is it Denver?
Yeah. We talked
Yeah.
about that.
They
Yeah.
bring that back up in Hangar 1.
No way.
Mm-hmm. It's the underground bases episode.
Yeah. I mean, I want it all to be true. I think it's and it even if it's not, it's like fun to, hope that it's true.
Oh yeah.
That we're not just like floating around in the universe all by ourselves.
There's no way.
Well, I think I'm going to keep watching it. I want to see some more alien stories. Because I'm really interested in people that actually see stuff. I really am. Because I would love to see something. So I think I'm going to keep watching it. So thanks for recommending that, Dilly.
Yeah, you can skip. There's one you could skip, but the cover-ups episode is really good. The underground bunker episode is fantastic. And the alien technology, you could skip that one.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I mean, it's decent, but it's a skipper for sure.
Well, I'm gonna keep on keeping on.
Keep it moving.
I kind of watched it at night too. Like Logan was asleep, and I just had it on my headphones, like on my iPad. And I was like,
that's the best time.
Yeah, it's definitely the best time because you really do start to like look outside, and you're like looking for UFOs.
You just might see one.
Well, let's move on to our second segment of the show, Casting Couch, our favorite.
Yeah.
We got into a big debacle last time with Ace Ventura.
That was a big debacle.
It was a huge debacle because you guys hated my picks, which I think I always hate my picks. Just because I'm progressive.
No.
Are you going to cast?
If anybody was progressive, it was me.
Hopefully you won't cast the whole, everybody from The Office on this.
I picked nobody from The Office.
Wow.
Okay? I picked nobody from did I? No, nobody from The Office. But you know what it is I don't actually like, I always pick people from some of my favorite stuff, like maybe I'll cast Johnny Depp. I'm just kidding. Okay, so anyway, our recast for our casting couch is Fifth Element. Mm-hmm. We've all seen the movie. It's got Bruce Willis, Mila Djokovic, and Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Gary. So those are the 3 characters we're going to be recasting. Now, we recast the actors in the movie and describe if it changes the movie in any way. Like when Buddy recast a woman as Ace Ventura.
A woman.
And it wasn't Gal Gadot.
No.
Surprisingly.
Shocker.
I wonder if he cast her in this movie.
I think he might have.
No, he didn't.
The Fifth Element. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Are we going to go character by character?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Laying it out.
Yeah, let's go character by character. You want to go with Gary Oldman?
Yeah. Gary Oldman.
Okay. So Sterling, who's your Gary Oldman?
My Gary Oldman. The reason why is lately this person has, I feel, kind of changed my mind in really wanting to see more of what he can do. And in the small amount of time and the small amount of parts he's got, I really feel like maybe he can do a lot more. And I really actually would want to see him do something like this. And I think it could be a lot of fun. And I think he'd be a fun villain to watch. And that's Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Wow.
Okay.
Seeing him in Mando, seeing him in Breaking Bad, I really feel like he's kind of coming into his own and kind of getting used to this. He's done, voice acting. He's been a stand-up comic, but I think he's kind of finding his own in acting, and I actually really want to see what he can do. And I think this is fun enough, but serious enough that he could really have a lot of fun in that role.
Right. But you got to remember how he like dresses really kind of flamboyant, and he has that weird plastic thing on his head. Mm-hmm. Like you feel like Bill can pull that off?
That's kind of just why I kind of want to throw it in there. I mean, seeing him in a super or like a villain type of role in Mando, and he's got, like the gun and everything. Like, I really didn't think I would like him as much as I did. But every time he came on the screen, like, I almost kind of forgot it was Bill Burr, which
Right.
I really never thought I would get. And I really felt like he kind of stepped into the role, and he wasn't just this crotchety old man that he always is.
Yeah.
He kind of really came into his own. So that's kind of why I really want to see him in it, because it's serious but fun at the same time. I think he could have a lot of fun in that role.
Right.
He was in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
He worked for Saul,
Okay.
like taking care, or no, sorry, not Saul, but he took care of stuff for, I can't remember, but no, he's in that show.
He's
It's a
in
very
there.
small role.
But
Okay.
a few episodes, right?
Yeah. He was in quite a few episodes.
The latter episodes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cheese, go for it. Who
Okay,
you
so
got?
my pick for Gary Oldman's character is Hans Gruber,
Hans Gruber.
Oh, wow.
aka Alan Rickman.
Oh, okay.
Can we pick a
He's got to be pretty old by now, though.
well, Alan
No.
Rickman is passed.
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh,
He's
Well-
passed. So I was gonna ask, can I pick a past an RIP?
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, I didn't even think about that, but if that's something you want to do, I'm not going to shy away from it. He's a phenomenal actor.
I think like in the time, like the age frame, like when he was Hans Grubbs, is when I would want him in that character, because I think that he can kind of be like the way he was as Hans Gruber, and then like the way he kind of switched into like Professor Snape. Like I feel like he could do that kind of like weird hairstyle, and that kind of like he's like evil, he's like evil. He's kind of like he's a bad guy, and he's like serious, but he's also kind of like weird, right? He's got this like
Mhm.
weirdness to him, and he's kind of like he's a little psychotic and like neurotic or whatever. And I think that Hans Grubbs could totally do that.
Hans Grubbs.
good call. Good call.
She said Professor Snips.
Snips. Snippity
Snipple.
snips.
Said Professor Snips.
Pippity
Snipsy
paps.
snips.
What
What
you
do you
got,
got,
Dill?
Dill?
All right, so my Gary Oldman,
Mhm.
and not one of my favorite actors, but
Okay.
I chose him for this part. I'm going to give him a second chance.
Okay.
He's had a great career, ups and downs, and I'm going to go with Jared Leto.
Really? I
okay.
like
Gary
that.
Oldman. The hair, the weird
Okay.
ass haircut, like the,
Yeah.
the weird suit. Like,
Yeah.
I think he could really like tap into that character.
I think you're right. And I kind of like
kind of
how you're going a little younger almost.
right.
I like that.
Kind of
You like
creepy and weird.
Yeah.
I think he would be good in that role. So
Mhm.
Jared
That's a
Leto
good pick.
for Dill.
Gosh, we're all so different. Our picks are very different. Okay, buddy, who would you go with? Or do you want to do the girl next?
No, I
Well-
was thinking we'll probably save her for last. wouldn't
Okay,
you
so
wanna-
let's go Bruce Willis's character.
All right, I didn't know. Like, I was really trying to think about this and trying to feel like I kind of wanted to try something different, but at the same time, I think he'd be a lot of fun in this role. And I think at first he didn't. I wasn't a huge fan of his, but the more I saw him on screen, I actually really liked his character. And I think it'd be really fun to see him in this. And that's Anthony Mackie, which I don't know if he's from Civil War. He's Captain America. He's Falcon.
Oh yeah, Falcon. Okay. Yeah.
I think he would be a lot of fun in this role for the fact that if you see him in if you see him in, oh my gosh, why
Civil
can't I
War?
think of it? Not Civil War. Second one, Winter Soldier. When you see him in
right.
Winter Soldier in the beginning, his kind of banter with Captain America and how it carries on each time, I think he's funny, but at the same time, he can be really serious. He can kind of be that bigger superhero that can kind of carry a movie. And I think he'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Right.
And seeing him kind of play in that role, I think it'd be a lot of fun. And we know he can do sci-fi movies. I just think it'd be fun to see.
Yeah. No, I like that pick. I think the only thing with like where I'd almost have to see him in it is like, and I think this is because, you know, it's Bruce Willis or whatever who does this part, but it's like, I feel like Bruce Willis has like a lot of like, just like facial acting. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's almost like really animated a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of those like Bruce Willis kind of faces or whatever. And sometimes I feel like Falcon is, you know, he's just a lot more like stoic or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I could see that. I think it's more of that I didn't think of. I thought more of like his funny interactions and how he can interact with other people.
Right.
I thought would be fun. So that was kind of where I went with that. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point though.
So this is my pick, and the reason I think I kind of picked this is like I think sometimes when I do,
I know who it's going to be. John Krasinski from The Office.
It's Jim Halpert. It's Dwight Schrute. You guys, I'm so sorry to be off topic, but I meant to talk about this during the Hangar one. There's one guy who's like when he's wearing a blue shirt. And when he talked, he was like really dramatic and like kind of over the top. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the like light blue shirt with the like red hair.
Or no. Okay. Oh shoot, I'll have to send you a picture. Anyway, his name was Dwight.
Ooh.
The guy that I'm thinking of. Anyway, that I'll send you guys a picture. Okay, so my pick for the Bruce Willis character is because sometimes I either go where I totally want to recast it, or I go with someone that maybe kind of like is reminiscent, but I think would do almost a better job. And not that I think that Bruce Willis is totally replaceable in this part, but I think this person would be really good. He's a little more like attractive, has a little bit of a better body, but I think still has that kind of like character face and is funny in a way. So my pick is Tom Hardy.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
That's pretty good.
That is real good. You steal my man?
That's pretty good.
I really think I would like him in that role a lot. I think he can be very funny and physical. I think he can be very physical, and he's insanely hot. And I don't know, I can just kind of see him in that role. I can really see it. And I think he'd be great. I almost think I might like it a little more. I don't know.
Wow, I'm surprised. Bruce Willis was your man.
I mean, Bruce Willis is still my man. And again, I don't know if he can completely be replaced, but I really feel like Tom Hardy could move into that spot easy.
That's a good pick.
That's a strong pick. I like that pick.
Awesome. Thank you. What do you got, Dill?
I think when it's all said and done, we'll go through and
pick our favorites.
Pick from each. So I need to put a very strong character in this role. Mm-hmm. And not a whole lot of actors could pull this off the way Bruce Willis did.
Right.
We need somebody. We're gonna tap into the Marvel universe a little bit on this one.
Okay.
We're gonna go Son of James, Mr. Thanos himself, Josh Brolin with the shaved head.
I absolutely think Brolin could do this role.
I love
a little bit of funny, great acting.
He is funny.
All the serious you need. Like, there you go.
You know what? That's a great pick.
It's a wrap.
That's a really good pick.
That 100% he could do it. Absolutely. And he's very attractive, but not too hot, you know?
Sure.
He's got that old man hot.
Because that's kind of like what Bruce Willis is. You know, Bruce Willis isn't insanely attractive, but he's just got that that older man like hotness. God, that's a good one, Brolin. I thought my Tom Hardy was going to win that, but Brolin's pretty good.
I don't know. See, that's a toss up for me.
Yeah, we'll have to
Hardy
vote at the end.
Would be great.
Yeah. Okay, so who do we got for the girl?
All right, so for my girl, I did not go with Gal Gadot.
Surprising.
Shocker.
But I went for somebody that's super physical, can really hold her own, and that's Scarlett Johansson.
Wow. Okay.
Gojo?
I think she could definitely do it. But I don't know. I'm having a little, you know how this girl's supposed to be kind of playing this like, like she's foreign, like she doesn't know like the language. And,
yeah, but did you ever see her in Lucy? Like, was she just like, did you ever see that movie?
I did see Lucy. You're right. I think.
And that was the only reason, that was the main reason why I picked her, is because when I saw her in Lucy and she gets smarter and like just becomes so smart, it's like wild seeing how she was able to kind of handle that role.
Yeah.
And
No, I
she's
don't-
very physical because you got to be badass for that.
No, you're
role.
definitely right. And to see her in that outfit, like, come on,
Yes, please.
Come on
Swiss
now.
cheese outfit. Yes.
100. No, I think that's good. And especially kind of putting your whole thing together. I can see it. So my girl, actually, I wanted kind of a fresh face, someone who's like hot right now, a little younger, kind of smaller. So I picked Zendaya.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
and especially, I don't know why, I really liked her teamed up with Tom Hardy. I thought they would be really kind of fun together. You know, he's kind of big and she's kind of like smaller and dainty, but also badass, you know. And yeah, I think, I think I could see her in that role where she's like, she could be a little bit more like kind of what you're saying, Dill, like a little more confused. She doesn't really know what's going on. She's trying to kind of like figure things out. So I think I liked that. I liked her for that. What do you got, Dill?
Good. So yeah, you got to have, like Sterling said, you got to have somebody that can kick some ass, that is like used to doing that type of action. Scourge is a little too mainstream for me, so I'd want to step it down one tier, not 2 tiers.
Okay.
To Zendaya, I'm going to go 1 tier up,
Right.
and I'm going to go with Margot Robbie for this role.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, mind
okay.
blown.
Okay.
You
Wow.
know,
It's funny.
there you go. We already know she can play like a sort of crazy person. Harley Quinn, obviously. She's, she could do the stunts. She can kick some ass.
Yeah,
She's perfect for the role.
It's so upsetting. I couldn't pick any of these people because you guys always say I always pick all the same people,
we
but
picked like your favorite people.
all my favorites. Because
Totally.
you knew I would pick your guys'. I'd be like, oh yeah, I love all of them.
No, I just really thought Tom Hardy. Once I thought of it, I was like, oh, Buddy's gonna be mad that I picked this, but I was like, I felt it. I really felt it. I knew it. I liked it.
See, I was more of going for people that I haven't seen in these roles, that besides Scarlett Joe.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was trying to pick people that maybe I think can do it and want to see them try something new, is where I went with mine.
Yeah, I like that, because then like you can see someone kind of break out. But then it's kind of what I think is hard with that. But I like it because you definitely put thought into it and explain it. It's because we haven't seen him in that role, it's kind of hard to envision it.
Because you know what? If we were picking people that had passed away, who would have been really good for the villain would have been Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been super fun in that role.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a little more wacky and fun, but I'm not gonna lie, for Bruce Willis's character, I think I'm gonna have to go with Brolin.
Okay. I can go with that, even though I think Tom Hardy is pretty strong. I think Brolin can be our number one. And Bruce Willis, I think, I don't know. I think maybe is Dilly's pick again, because I think Margot Robbie's great.
I think the whole cast is like, that's the movie to see.
Wait, who did you cast again as
So we got Josh Brolin, Margot Robbie, and Jared Leto.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's getting a little too close to Suicide Squad over there.
Just cut out Will Smith then put in Josh Brolin, and you pretty much got Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I actually think that my cast is better. I think
Josh Brolin. I definitely am cool with Scarlett Joe as.
What about Rickman? I say we go Rickman.
No,
Brolin, Robbie, and Rickman.
I think Brolin, Zendaya, and Rickman.
Hardy, Robbie, Rickman.
Yeah. Actually, Hardy.
I think
and
that
Robbie.
might be the cast right there.
Okay. Yeah,
I could see that.
Recast.
Yeah. All right.
Sidekicks, email us in. Let us know what you think. Who would you pick?
Let's do it. All right, let's move on, because we're getting kind of long here.
We did some yapping.
So let's do Does It Rock real quick, actually, because I know that Watson had given you some stuff that you were going to talk about, Dilly.
Yeah. So Watson wanted me to watch or listen to Mamma Mia by Lil Wayne.
Okay.
And so, of course, I did that. And obviously, we're going to go ahead and say, yeah, that totally rocks. Especially Mamma Mia. I mean, I'm a Lil Wayne fan.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's been doing this since 1995 when he was with I think Cash Money,
Right.
Birdman's label.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love Wheezy, Tunchi, whatever you want to call him. He
I
goes
love that
hard on this track, Mamma Mia. I mean, he goes bars on it. It's got a sick beat. He's repping like a nice Wu-Tang sweater in the video and like hella cheeks clapping everywhere. Like it's dope. So 100% Watson, you already know that Lil Wayne rocks.
I love it.
All right, you guys, bring it to me. What you got?
What do you got, bud?
all right. I have Rise Against, Prayer of a Refugee.
Love that album. Love Rise Against. Love, yeah, that rocks hard.
I remember the first time I saw it was Twitch, a dirt bike rider. He had it as like his theme song, like in the very beginning of the video. And I just remember being like, oh my God, the song is amazing.
Yeah, that's a good, that album's dope.
I've seen them live and they're just phenomenal live, but I wanted to see if Dilly gives it the stamp.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
So I actually only just have one, and it's not a song, but I respect your opinion on things.
It's not Dashboard Confessionals, is it?
No, but it is just, I want to know if you think that this person has any hitters.
Okay.
Okay. And because I recently kind of started getting into this person, and I have for the longest time thought this person was a tool.
Let Dill tell you.
So it's the Biebs, Justin Bieber.
Oh, whoa, Biebs.
Wow, that's a curveball.
I just recently started getting into some Biebs.
I mean, Bieber's good. You know, there's no denying he's good. Like, he's talented. He's, Usher discovered him.
Yeah.
Way back in the day when he was a kid, he had the, baby, whatever you want to call it. Number one, like, you got to give the kid, the young adult, his props.
Right.
I mean, he's good. Does every song do you have a specific song, or are you just talking in general?
Like, just recently I heard this song. I think it's called Lonely, and I had never really enjoyed Biebs, and this song was like really just like kind of touching, because he kind of like, it's a very vulnerable song, like talking about how he's really lonely.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's a good song too, right? Isn't that with a DJ something?
I'm not sure.
Anyway.
Oh, DJ Snake? No, it's a different one.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so I just started like kind of digging in a little bit, and there are definitely some songs that I like of Bieber's, and I think that he's getting older and he's getting a little more mature, and like you said, there's no denying that he has talent and he has a good voice. But I think as he's maturing and he's going through his own stuff, I think his music is maturing and is getting better. And so when you think of Justin Bieber, you don't necessarily think of him as like a teeny bopper anymore. You think of him a little bit more as a serious like singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I will never buy one of his albums ever. I would never download like any of his music, but is he like a great artist? Yeah, absolutely. He rocks.
Nice.
Even though he doesn't rock, but I mean, I'll give him his respect. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up.
Okay. You know what?
I want it to be known that I don't own any.
Okay.
He needs to let it be known.
Before Brother James starts mailing you Biebs' CD.
But I'm gonna give the Biebs a thumbs up. You got to give him his props.
All right.
He's did his thing.
Buddy, you got any more songs for Dill?
I do have a new one that I've kind of been like, it's kind of been on. So I don't know if you guys all do Spotify, but Spotify has, your top songs of 2020. And I've been big into this band for a long time, but A Day to Remember.
Okay.
They came out with a new song called Resentment, and I have been on the jock of this song, so didn't know if Dilly had listened to it yet. but I'm a big A Day to Remember fan.
They sing Until the Day I Die. Is that them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those guys. They're good. They give me that old school, like early 20s, like vibe, like kind of punk, but kind of emo,
Yeah, like that pop rock.
Yeah, like I like it. I could get with it. I don't know their whole catalog or whatever, but everything that I have heard from them, I could get with. So I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. That rocks.
We know Brother James does not like that.
No, he doesn't really venture into that emo realm.
No,
but I've been there. I've experienced. So
he's lived in there.
All right, cool. Well, that if any of you sidekicks have, like Watson, have any songs or artists, bands that you want to know if Dilly thinks that they rock, please email us or message us on any of our socials. So speaking of Dilly, I think it's time to get into
we're going
Dilly's
DGC
Gaming Corner. Let's do it.
All right.
It's Dilly's Gaming Corner. Let's play.
What I got for you guys, we got Cyberpunk 2077 is finally here. So this title was originally due out in April, but it experienced a series of delays that left fans wondering when they would ever get their hands on the title. So after a ton of delays, it's the most highly anticipated video game of 2020, and it is finally here. It comes out tonight, actually, at 9 o'clock, I believe. So Cyberpunk 2077 is a role-playing game set in a dystopian future and based on a pen and paper title from the 1990s. Or from the 90s. The game is made by Polish video game company CD Projekt Red, and it features V, a character that you can customize who has a malware-infected biochip in their head. The malware takes the form of Johnny Silverhand, played by the one and only Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that's right.
AKA Johnny Utes. The game is going to be $60 hairs and is available on Google Stadia, Xbox One, and the PS4. It will arrive on the next-gen consoles a little later next year. So that's big news. I mean, people have been waiting for this game for a long-ass time.
Right.
It's finally here. You can get it tonight. I don't think there's any multiplayer going on in this, but it looks phenomenal. I mean, this thing has been in the works for a long time. Keanu's involved with it. Who doesn't love that?
Right.
I'm gonna pick it up. I don't have it yet, but I will probably give a review on that at some point.
Nice.
And we have some other big news. So tonight, tonight, whatever you want to call it, there's the Game Awards 2020. It's called.
Oh,
and that's happening now. So we got a lot of breaking news from that, and that's basically a global celebration of video games. You have developers, the whole nine. It's hosted by Geoff Keighley and a buttload of other presenters from the gaming industry. So here's just some of the breaking news from the amazing event.
Okay.
We have new Smash Brothers DLC is revealed, and we know that the next fighter coming to the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate was revealed tonight, and that is going to be from Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Sephiroth,
that's right. Yeah.
Who joins Cloud and friends in Nintendo's party fighting game. So we have some new characters there.
Awesome.
And we have some other breaking news from the Game Awards. We have Sea of Solitude is going to be coming to this Nintendo Switch. So a director's cut of the Sea of Solitude is coming to the Switch exclusively on March 4th, 2021. We have Century Age of Ashes revealed. That is a medieval fantasy game where you ride dragons and engage in PvP combat, and that is scheduled to arrive in February of 21. The cinematic trailer for Perfect Dark, a new Perfect Dark, is revealed, and that's an old-ass game. Like, that was, I think, one of the original Xbox titles.
Oh, okay.
So coming from Studio The Initiative, it's a cinematic trailer for the new Perfect Dark game, features some cool first-person eco sci-fi visuals. The developers confirmed the game is still in early development, so we don't have a release date on that one yet. Endless Dungeon is announced, and that's a roguelike tactical and spiritual successor to Endless Dungeon, and that's coming to consoles and PC. Now, this is some news I can get behind right here. So we have the Swedish chef from the Muppets
Oh,
is now going to be a DLC character in Overcooked 2.
are you serious?
Dude, yes, that's
The
awesome.
Swedish Chef, Overcooked 2.
dope.
Arc 2 is announced. That was announced with a trailer featuring Vin Diesel and two tribes going head to head as they can barely escape the hungry jaws of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. The animated series was also announced, featuring an origin story based on the game. And there's a ton of other news coming out of the Game Awards 2020. So if you guys want to go check it out, you can watch the stream. Tons of stuff. Lots of good stuff coming there. Lastly, in this week's gaming news, Dilly still does not have an Xbox.
Are you
One
serious?
Are you kidding me?
Xbox Series X still.
What the hell, dude?
So Eldon Hubbard, second mic of the ever not so popular Sacramento podcast, Hardly Heroes, is still without an Xbox Series X. Insert soundbite.
Oh.
It has recently been announced that Senior Dilly, after being continuously duped by internet retail bots, is now offering a one-time finder's fee of $50 hairs to whomever can secure this ever so elusive next-gen console. You guys hear that?
So if somebody gets it for
$50.
you,
Yeah,
Bitty bones.
$50.
$50 finder's fee, one time fee.
Okay, fine.
I do it for you one time.
In breaking news from various verified streaming networks, it has been recently revealed that the one Mr. Scalardo has beaten the living shit out of Brother James in Tecmo Bowl via the Nintendo Switch online services. It has been reported the final score was the Chicago Bears 31 versus the San Francisco 49ers 22.
Dang, dude, he got his ass beat.
Was
Yeah,
he playing Bang Bang? He should have been
There's
playing-
actually video evidence of this, and it's pretty damning. So we might release that on the socials for you
I'd
guys.
love to release
We're
that.
gonna go ahead and put that out. So that's what I got for you guys. If you guys want to play with me, I would love to play with you guys. You can hit me up. My gamer tag is DONDILLY. That's Don Dilly. I play on the Xbox and the Switch. And you can find me sometimes during the week, but most definitely on the weekends, pretty much anytime. So hit me up and we will play some games together, guys. And that's all I got.
Nice.
Dilly out.
Sorry,
Thank you,
Brother
Phil.
James got smacked. No Bang Bang Niner Gang.
I had to put the smash down.
I know. Thank God we don't have the sound clip right now.
Bang Bang Niner Gang.
Maybe I'll add it in.
Insert that if you wouldn't mind.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dill.
Yeah,
So moving on, we do have some Sidekick Mayo.
love
Now, I think we're gonna Dilly, if you want to start maybe with Chris's, and then I'll go next.
Yeah, I
that.
could definitely do that.
Next.
I always enjoy a good email from Mr. Christopher Neal.
Oh, I love Chris.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Let's just get right into it. The Mandalorian is saving the Star Wars franchise.
Yes, true.
I said what I said. The last episode was terrific. I won't spoil. As I've said before, Giancarlo Esposito is so underrated. I'm pretty sure I'll look like him as I get older. That being said, I love the episode. I like the characters we saw. Just amazing. I don't care if it's predictable. I'm looking at you, Cheese. Now let me touch on the topic you guys talked about, which was the state of movie releases.
Oh, sorry.
I totally agree with Buddy that the way we view movies now at the theater might be a thing of the past. From a tech standpoint, it is much more affordable to buy big TVs and sound systems to build your own real home theater. And anyone who has been to Best Buy knows that this has been a push for some time. You walk in, and the demo is an action movie or something, and you see and hear like you're in the theater. The equipment has been there, and now the platform is here. Warner Brothers is releasing their movies to HBO Max. Low-key, they just changed the game because, as you all just said, the cat's out of the bag, and there's no going back.
Yeah.
Also, as we saw with Disney Plus and Mulan, we probably will see experiment with that premium access, fast, reliable internet now is a must. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hope you all are well. Dilly, I hope that wasn't you on the corner holding that sign that said, we'll do something strange for new Xbox. No, was it Watt and Fair Oaks? It might have been your boy. I'd like to rant about how Home Depot and Lowe's suck at keeping Christmas lights even online. They have ruined my decorations, but I've said enough already. Be well, friends.
Thanks, Chris. I'm gonna have to go by your house, see how bad
Thanks,
these
Chris.
decorations are.
There's a PS at the bottom there.
P.S. Cheese. Ask Phil B about your old coworker David that was extremely into the Paul McCartney conspiracy theory.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to ask Phil B about that. I would love to meet someone that's like deep in it.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear more about it.
I also do want to say, Chris, that this episode was not predictable on The Mandalorian. It didn't have that same kind of like, episode kind of formula that they've been doing. So I was actually very, I kind of just didn't know what was going to happen. I really didn't think they were going to get him. I didn't think they were going to get, are we not spoiling it?
What do you mean? We spoiled the heck out of it.
Oh, yeah.
We already talked about the baby handcuffs and everything.
Oh, that's right. I didn't think they were going to get him. I thought Mando was going to get there in time. But anyway, thanks for writing in, Christopher.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Always love to hear from you.
Yeah. Okay,
Should I
so
just roll straight in with Watson's because it kind of ties into this a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is from Watson.
Watson.
Can we take a minute and talk about the downfall of American cinema? It really saddens me. I like the movie-going experience. I remember my parents taking my sister and myself to see Return of the Jedi. This is a memory I will always have, even as a young adult. I remember going to see Demolition Man with my dad. I like the popcorn, the seats, the immersion into a world that you get when you see a summer blockbuster. It really sucks that this is the death of cinema. I can understand releasing movies on streaming services as they need to get these movies out. I respect that. I do. But if this is a quote unquote new norm, this is really going to hurt movie buffs like me, like us. I can understand needing to release the smaller movies, but are you going to tell me that you would have rather watched Infinity War Endgame at home for the first time? Are you going to tell me that we are okay with watching the new James Bond on a small screen? Are we saying that the emotion, the clapping, the crying, the whole experience that was shared collectively by all of us watching Iron Man die would have never been if we watched it by ourselves or with one or two people at home? This is crap.
It's true.
Got a major point there, bud.
Yeah.
Yes, I am excited to see the new Wonder Woman, The Many Saints of Newark, which just so you guys know is a story of how Tony Soprano came up through the ranks. Awesome.
Yeah.
And the new Black Widow. I will watch these movies on the small screen because this is the era of sacrifices that we need to make to get back to normal. Shut the theaters down. I understand and respect that. But open them back up as soon as they can. Give us another chance so we can enjoy the Hardly Heroes movie events, so we can go out on movie dates, so we can feel the action, so we can feel the drama. Please do not make this the new norm. I genuinely love the movie-going experience, and if they take that away from all like-minded people, it will be a sad day for us. Maybe I am in the minority. Maybe there are not just enough of us that love the theaters to make a difference. But I plead to all the sidekicks and their families, the minute the theaters reopen, please flood the gates, buy all of the ridiculously overpriced snacks and popcorns, sit in the sticky seats, make movie-going an event. Make movie-going an event again. Take your kids and watch the newest Pixar movie, pass the experiences down to them, make those memories with them, because maybe theaters will not be around in the future, and that makes me sad.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm glad he says that. I feel the same way. Even when, just not that long ago that the theaters did open, I tried to go out and support it because it is something, like he said, I have a lot of fond memories as a kid going to the movies, and it's something that I still really enjoy. And I think it's funny is it's like he said, there's no distractions. Your phone's not there. There's nothing, you're just in it. And the part of that roar of the crowd, I mean, if you guys go back and listen to or go back on our YouTube channel at Hardly Heroes, you can see our first movie event for Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the roar of the crowd when the Marvel scroll comes up and everybody loses their mind.
Right.
And it's just like that's something that you just can't get when you're at home with all those people. And like he said, when Iron Man, died, like that was just the most emotional thing I'd ever been in the movie theater. And it's like, I'll never forget that. Or when you saw Iron Man get the hammer, like, Go talks about it. He was like, bro, you stood up out of your chair. I just couldn't hold on, like couldn't hold my emotions back. So
yeah, I mean, it's not something you can replace. That's for damn sure.
No, it's definitely true. And I honestly, I don't know if it'll ever really go away though. I mean, it's been around for a really long time. And I think that there's obviously a lot of people that feel the same way as Watson and you, buddy. And, and for me too, I mean, I'm not someone who goes to the movies all the time, but doing the movie events that we have and some of the bigger movies that you have to see at the theater. And if you don't see it at the theater, then it's just not the same. Like,
but the hard part against my argument is Mulan. Mulan made a ton of money. And it's kind of crazy how much it did make. Like,
but I don't think Mulan is going to be considered a movie that you have to see at the movie theater.
Yeah, but seeing how much money they made off of it, it's kind of scary because I think a lot of people were just willing to pay.
But that could just because it was quarantine, though. People were.
I hope.
Inside. They could go to the movie theater. Now, the thing is, I think when COVID is over and quarantine is over and people are allowed to go to the movies, they're not going to pick watching it at home over the movies as much as you would think, as much as they did with Mulan.
Yeah, I hope not.
Given that choice.
I mean, they can't go away forever. I mean, you take the movies away forever. Like, what about Hollywood? Like, Hollywood survives on blockbuster movies. You can't. It has to come back. It has to come back, or else the industry dies. A slow death.
I just think you'll have to pay $20 a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The night of it coming out or however much, you know what I mean? And that will be the new norm.
I don't think
and you can go to the theater. I just don't think there's going to be, 30 showings a night. There's going to be.
That's the thing,
10.
though. Sometimes this could be good for it. Do you know what I'm saying? This could be a little bit of a cleansing. It's like you don't have to put every single movie in the theater. You don't have to show it, 30 times and fill up these huge, insanely big, rooms or whatever, full of people, jam packed or whatever. It can be like a little bit better of an experience, and it could be, just the big blockbuster movies. And I don't know, it could change it in a good way. I don't think it's going to go away forever. I absolutely don't think that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was a sad email. It made me really sad because I don't want it to go away either, Watson. Okay, we got another email here. This is from Mostly Marvel. That's the name. I don't know. I think we've heard from this person before. We don't know who it is specifically. Hello to my favorite podcast folks. I've not written in over a year. Just didn't have anything worth saying, I guess. But I do now. I have a TV recommendation for you all.
I like this.
I recently found and watched a series on Netflix called The Last Kingdom.
Oh, I watched that.
I've never seen it.
Wait,
I've never seen it either.
Is that the zombies? Like
No.
the zombie movie?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, that's Kingdom. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, got you.
The Last Kingdom. It has been around for a while, 4 seasons, so it may not be new to many of you. In a few words, I would describe it as Game of Thrones without the fantasy storyline and the incredible CGI. Being more of a math and science buff than a history buff, after watching it for a while and several trips to the internet, I was surprised to find out that this wonderful story of honor, allegiance, alliance, love, faith, diversity, and deceit is based on history of how the United Kingdom and England came about. It is based on the journals and writings of Alfred, the King of Wessex, and his visions for the United Kingdom. The main character, Uhtred, is a real superhero, in my opinion. The website defines superhero as having an extraordinary ability and powers. They are known for their martial and fighting skills, courageous, strong moral codes, tolerant to pain, a great sense of responsibility, fighting spirit, mental stability, and knowledgeable. These heroes are faced with many challenges like losing their loved ones. Many people die. Hold on, I just lost my place because I just moved it. Hold on. Uhtred is all of these things. And for those of you who love the grittier elements of good story, you will not be disappointed. Lots of battles, bloodshed, evil, bastard heirs. Did anyone just shout out John Schneer and their sex. And their sex in it. Just I wanted to make sure that was in the list there. So season 5 is in the works, and I can't wait. You got to watch this. Fondly, mostly Marvel.
Thanks for writing in. I just already looked it up on my phone. I put add to my list, so I'm gonna watch it.
I do think it does sound pretty good because, Game of Thrones, even though, of course, the sci-fi aspect to it with the dragons and everything like that and the White Walkers is really good. But this actually does sound really good. And especially because I like things that are a little bit based in history where it's like you actually are learning as you watch, like this really happened and this is how the history really went, So I think I'm going to check it out. Thank you so much for writing in.
Well, and especially with us being in quarantine now, it'll be nice to have something with some seasons that can power down.
Some seasons, and maybe we can learn a little bit.
Yeah, we like learning.
Let's learn ourselves.
Learn.
Educated.
Educated.
Mostly Marvel. Thanks for writing in again. Yeah, thank you
so much.
Always love hearing from you.
That's a show, you guys. I think we did it. We covered it. I think I came out on top on the casting couch this time. You guys thought
no.
You guys thought you had me, dude. You guys thought you had me, bruh. And then
I don't think so, bro.
No.
On the group, you guys were like, "Oh, Snapples."
We didn't know that you can pick somebody that are already passed.
Okay, I picked one person, and he just passed. It's not like I picked
cheating.
Or something.
We need a recount.
No, we're not. I won. All right, you guys.
Where can they find us, Cheese?
They can find us at Instagram at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Facebook at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on YouTube at Hardly Heroes. They can find us at Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
Number one.
They can also, you guys should check out our Sidekick Sanctorum on Facebook where the conversation keeps going. And you can also
go to Podbean and subscribe to the After Dark. $2 will get you the After Dark show. We record it every other week. It's the best way to support the show.
Yes, and thank you to all of our people that are supporting our show, all of our patrons and sidekicks that show up every single week.
Your favorite.
And listen to all of our crap.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we love you so much. Thanks for tuning in.
Just remember one thing.
Disclaimer. They don't know shit.
You guys have a good night.
Good night. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Wow. Drop them out, let me see them.
Drop them out, let me see them. Take her out, suffocation.
No breathing, no.
Buffalo Stevens. Buffalo Stevens.